The following 3 persons disappeared under strange circumstances, and to this day they remain still missing. Case number 1, Holmes, Silverman. Aaron was last seen leaving a party at a friend's residence in Norfolk, Virginia on June 5, 1993. His brother attended the gathering as well and said that Aaron spent most of his time with a freelance go-go dancer from Newport News, Virginia. Aaron was wearing a necklace that the dancer had given to him. His brother stated that Aaron told the woman his family owned a boat and she could accompany them on a ride in the future. Aaron and most of the partygoers were intoxicated at the time. His brother said that Aaron departed with the dancer sometime during the night and has never been seen or heard from again. It was not unusual for Aaron to disappear for several days at a time. His family did not report him missing for weeks, as usual of his previous disappearances. He didn't take any personal belongings with him at the time of his disappearance and didn't tell any loved ones or close friends of his plans to leave. Aaron's case is classified as that of a runaway since his history of leaving home. After filing the police report, Aaron's father began searching for his son. He went to various bars in the Newport News area and learned that one of the establishment's dancers had a blonde boyfriend that fit Aaron's description. His father was told that the girl resided at a trailer park and drove a red Pontiac Trans Am. Aaron's father was unable to locate the dancer or her vehicle. It is unknown if she was actually involved with Aaron. At the time of his disappearance, Aaron enjoyed fishing, playing guitar, and did not have his guitar with him when he vanished. Aaron did not graduate from high school and had a history of drug usage. At the time of his disappearance, his parents were separated and he was having financial and personal problems. Aaron's best friend stated that while he argued with his parents, they did not have any serious relationship problems. He didn't believe that Aaron would have been gone for so many years without contacting his family. His parents divorced after his disappearance, and his case remains unsolved and is still classified as a runaway. Holmes Silverman is classified as endangered runaway. He was 17 years old at the time of his disappearance, making him 41 today. He is described as a Caucasian male with blonde hair and blue eyes. He stood at 5'10" and 130 pounds at the time of his disappearance. His date of birth is March 19, 1976. He has several brown moles on his body and was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, faded jeans, black Converse sneakers, and a coral necklace. If you have any information regarding Aaron's case, please contact the Norfolk Police Department or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, listed below. Case number 2, Michael Alston Davis. Michael was last seen in Jacksonville, Florida on June the 26th of 2007. On that day, he called his employer at the Megabytes Computers and stated that he was taking the day off to take care of some personal business. He then called a taxi cab which picked him up from his sister's house and took him to the Jack's Jewelry and Pawn Shop. He purchased a shotgun and put it into a duffel bag and left on foot. He left behind all of his possessions, including his book bag, laptop, and a blank check from his father. He may have been carrying about $1,000 cash on him when he disappeared. 2 weeks prior to his disappearance, Michael had been charged and imprisoned for marijuana possession and a suspended license. His car was impounded and he was booked into jail for the night, but was later bailed out by a relative. His license was suspended due to failure to pay traffic tickets. He attempted to pay the tickets after he was released from jail, but had difficulty doing so since they had all been issued in Tallahassee, Florida, and he did not have transportation. His loved ones believed that he had gotten a ride to Tallahassee with an unknown friend the day of his disappearance. Michael was upset and ashamed about being arrested, and he spoke to some friends about getting some medical attention for his depression. On July 5th, a witness reported seeing a man matching Michael's description at a car lot on US 72. He asked for water and said that he had not eaten in 2 days. The witness gave him food and water. The man may have been hitchhiking and said that he was trying to find a hospital or other facility to treat his depression. It has not been confirmed that this individual was Michael. Michael is described as kind, loving, and well-mannered man who was close with his family. He was good with computers and enjoyed fishing. His loved ones said that he smoked marijuana occasionally but did not use any other illegal drugs. There's been no activity on Michael's cellular phone or bank account since he went missing. His family fears that he may have taken his own life. His disappearance remains unsolved. Michael Austin Davis is classified as endangered missing. He was 26 years old at the time of his disappearance, making him 36 today. He is described as a Caucasian male with dark brown hair and blue eyes. He stood at 5'8" and 180 pounds. His date of birth is April the 24th, 1981, and his nickname is Austin. He is described as having deep dimples in both sides of his cheeks. He has an old scar on his right cheek to his lip, and he is left-handed. He was last seen wearing jeans, Vans footwear, a Kenneth Cole watch, and contact lenses. If you have any information regarding Michael's case, please contact the JSO Missing Persons Unit, or you can use the family's message center listed below. Final case is Tabitha Danielle Tuders. Tabitha was last seen by her father at approximately 7 a.m. on April the 29th of 2003 when he woke her up at their home on the 300th block of Lillian Street in Nashville, Tennessee. She was watching television when he went to work. She was supposed to board the bus at 8 a.m. at 14th and Boscobel Streets. A witness saw her walking in that direction. She was reading some papers as she walked away and didn't appear to be in a hurry or looking for anyone. Tabitha never boarded the bus or arrived at Bailey Middle School, just 2 miles away. Her parents contacted the school that evening after she failed to return home. When they found out she'd been absent from school that day, they reported her missing shortly before 6 p.m. Tabitha did not have a history of running away, and her parents could not think of any reason she would want to leave home. She was a straight-A student with a perfect attendance record and was active in the choir at Eastland Baptist Church, and there was no evidence that she had a boyfriend. She was supposed to go visit Six Flags of America amusement park in Louisville, Kentucky just 2 weeks after her disappearance. She was excited about the trip, and she left behind all of her possessions, including her clothing, makeup, and $20 in cash. Authorities initially treated Tabitha's case as a runaway due to her age, but they now believe she was abducted. Her parents and 2 adult siblings are all investigated, and none are being called suspects in her disappearance. A boy that lived in the neighborhood told police that he saw Tabitha getting into a car with a man on the morning of her disappearance. The car was red, and the driver was described as an African American male, 30 to 40 years old, wearing a baseball cap. The witness stated that Tabitha was inside the vehicle, and it reversed course and headed back up the hill. The boy's story had not been confirmed, and some investigators doubt its credibility. But tracker dogs traced Tabitha's scent along the routine similar to the one described by the boy. The dogs eventually traced her scent into an alley, and a place Tabitha's friends said she had never gone to alone. Tabitha's sister's former boyfriend matches the description of the driver and drove a red car and knew where and when Tabitha took the bus to school each morning, but police had never been able to connect him with her disappearance. Her parents stated that they don't believe she would ever willingly get into a car with someone other than their family member. A piece of paper found in Tabitha's room after her disappearance may have some connection to her case. The paper reads in Tabitha's handwriting, TDT in MTL. TDT are Tabitha's initials, and the initials of the other person are unknown. Also found in Tabitha's room was a business card with Tabitha's name, address, phone number, and notations, "Call me" and "Sexy Girl," with the latter crossed out and rewritten as "Ghetto Girl." The card turned out to be a given to Tabitha by a friend and had no connection to her disappearance. Police searched logs of the computers in local public libraries where Tabitha is said to have visited internet chat rooms, but turned up no information pertaining to her disappearance. Martin Tim Boyd was later arrested for luring an 11-year-old girl into his car 4 months after Tabitha's disappearance. He was looked at as a person of interest in her case because of the nature of the crime he was charged with. However, the alleged incidents happened just a few blocks from Tabitha's home. There's been no evidence connecting Boyd and Tabitha. However, he was initially taken off the suspect list. Months after Tabitha disappeared, there would be 2 sightings of her. On October the 30th of 2003, a trucker reported a possible sighting of Tabitha from Linton, Indiana. The trucker saw a girl accompanied by a man and another teenage girl. The girl, who looked like Tabitha, appeared to be anxious and afraid. Later, when he saw the missing persons flyer of Tabitha, he realized that she resembled the girl and contacted police. A hotel clerk in Linton also saw a girl resembling Tabitha with a man and another teenage girl and reported it to police. These sightings have not been completely confirmed. On August the 19th, 2003, almost 5 months after Tabitha's disappearance, an 11-year-old girl named Heaven Ross disappeared while on her way to school in Newport, Alabama. Her remains were found in Holt, Alabama 3 years after her disappearance. Her case remains unsolved. Like Tabitha, Heaven Ross had light-colored hair and disappeared in the morning hours on the way to school. Authorities are considering a possible connection between the girls' cases, although the distance between Nashville and Northport is great and far, and so far no evidence has uncovered to link the 2 cases. Tabitha's case remains unsolved, and investigators are not sure what happened to her, but they believe she is in danger. Tabitha Danielle Tuders is classified as endangered missing. She was 13 years old at the time of her disappearance, making her 27 today. She is described as a Caucasian female with sandy blonde hair and blue eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was 5'1", weighing 100 pounds. Her date of birth is February the 15th, 1990. She has a birthmark on her stomach and a scar on her finger. Her ears are pierced and she has a freckled complexion. She was last seen wearing a light blue shirt, Mud brand jeans, and Reebok brand sneakers. If you have any information regarding Tabitha's case, please contact the Nashville Metro Police Department or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload my next video, and I will catch you guys on my next video.